December 6, 2025. Last night outside my work, I heard some guy talking. Those two guys in the Belden office? The ones that look like Joshy. They were laughing at her because Agent John said she couldn't say anything. That's a federal crime. So what are they laughing at? A federal crime. Right where the police, the criminal attorney, prosecutor's office, and Grant's friend, that's an FBI agent, on state, that agent does not even have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. It's just a higher police officer. I Googled, and that it was illegal for him to do it. It is illegal for a police or an agent to tell the victim they can't say anything. Punishable by 10 to 20 years in federal prison. So what were they laughing at? A federal crime. Then it's illegal for a police or agent to tell on a victim to the people that are harming them for them to call for help. Punishable by the same. It's illegal for police or agents to feed a victim back to a drug dealer. Same thing. And it's illegal for them to withhold protection and tell somebody they can't help someone. It's 10 to 20 to life in federal. That's how illegal what Agent John did. So what were those agents doing? Laughing at a federal crime. Do you realize they even defend me? They tell people that she never hurt anyone and nobody's ever seen anything, and it was just some lady trying to make money out of it. The ones that said they could use me for bait, that's illegal. See, last night my husband, he was watching a movie called Red, R-E-D. In one of the scenes, they had flipped a mobster. Some guy had found out he got flipped. I said, well, if you look up witness protection programs, 95% of the people in a witness protection program are criminals. They wipe out their whole past. They have no criminal records. They're in immunity. They can't be charged for anything. For them to get evidence, witness against somebody, something for the government, and they wipe it out. See, that's where my friend from the prosecutor's office, criminal attorney, plays. They're in the witness protection program, Karen. They're one of the many. Where all these people say, she's got charges, they're lying to you. Everything's a lie. They're scamming you. Including those two agents in the Belden office that remind you of Georgie. They're scamming you to steal from the government. They're scamming you. Where the guy outside said Michelle's one telling on everyone about the doctor not being one of hers. Oh yeah. And that this whole thing's a scam and what they're doing. And they did all this just to scam money out of the government. She's telling everybody that the doctor from before is not one of hers, works for them, and they lied. Of course they lied. It's a HIPAA violation. They'd be arrested. And everybody involved. There's no such thing as an attorney having special permission. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements and a court order. Like the police prosecutor's office, criminal attorney, even the FBI go to jail for being in my home before. No one could be. Nobody drugs anybody but the drug cartel. That attorney's office that's supposed to be involved is supposed to be wrapped up in the drug cartel running drug scams on people. Photoshopped washing and their personal stalking tapes, drug confessions, Oh, where December 1st, 25, a guy was in there that Michelle told him that the doctor from before was not one of mine, works for them, and they had lied. And that guy, Pete, that runs around bad mouthing me, that I heard Danny on April 16th, 23, across the parking lot, when he asked his dad what on earth is going on, he had hired some guy named Pete on his own. Was Pete and his men in her home? He had hired somebody on his own to run a drug scam on me. Pete has a frame, Pete has a tape, the filthy, dirty statement. I've never talked to him. I've never met him. Investigators talk about him like he's a drug dealer, drug cartel, and a serial rapist. But those two agents that are in the Belden office that were mocking me, John set it up that she can't get no money out of this. We don't have pay her. We can give it, and mocking me in Walmart. Ladies were complaining across the parking lot. Those agents were mocking her in Walmart in front of people. They said, yeah, they're the ones telling people not to believe her. Well, that's where Grant's friend that's an FBI agent out of state, that agent didn't pay. It doesn't have the authority. Even a federal agent said he doesn't have the authority to ask you to stay quiet. She didn't get paid. The only one could stole it was that agent. He's probably got somebody in that office helping him. He's probably been stealing from cases for a while. It's illegal for him to withhold my money. It's for risking her life. You know, if I was a police or an agent with risking my life, with getting raped and tortured, almost murdered, skull bashed in, human trafficked, drugged till I lost 70 pounds, almost murdered, skull bashed in, almost shot driving, I would have won awards. Most private citizens still win awards. Letters of accommodations, thank yous from the government, and they wouldn't dream of holding back that person's money. And those federal agents laughing at me that Agent John stole my money. They laughed at the cartel in April of 23 up in Hartville and Giant Eagle. They walked by. If they used your case to infiltrate our gang, you tell them to give you your money, we're out of here. They laughed at them. We actually did. And mocked them. But those two agents even defend me. Where that guy said Michelle's the one that's telling on him about this whole thing is a scam. Yeah. Oh, December 1st, 25, guys. Michelle told that the doctor from before is not one of hers, works for them, and they had lied. The whole thing's a scam. And that guy Pete that's running around bad-mouthing her, she don't even know who he is. This is some guy her ex-husband hired. And then up in Summit Mall, where November 23rd, 25, they were screaming out they needed someone to run a scam on to steal from the government. Ask my ex-husband, he was already connected to him, that if they could run a scam on me, if they made sure he got all the money. And he agreed to let him do it to me. And how this whole thing is a big scam just to steal from the government. The guy was saying it in Walmart. Michelle told on him. Guy said it was the scam. They were supposed to be doing everything for Michelle to get everything. She's supposed to be related to some judge. Oh, that's a scam too. She actually isn't. But she's telling on him. Now think how not funny this is. They already admitted they photoshopped washing my head on somebody else's body. Showering. July 24th, 25. They admitted back in 2018 that they photoshopped all their lies. 21, it's the shower scene and washing in the other room. And they drugged me and told me to say stuff before in 18, and then again in 21, 22. And then this last year, they used hypnotic drugs. Oh, the guy was yelling that out in Walmart, too. Michelle told us that they were using hypnotic drugs when they drugged her and told her to say it before. Oh, they admitted all kinds of places they use the hypnotic drugs. Cause sleepwalking, metal taste in your mouth, and no memory. I never seen her talk to anybody. They even laughed at me in Walmart. They walked up and stabbed me, and I didn't even remember being stabbed. They work that fast. How would you like to wake up with bruises and not know what happened to you? Take a drink in the room, go to Sam Black. Found out that you had already been stabbed with a date rape drug before you sat down. Or stabbed in your sleep and wake up with orange, lemon, grapefruit sized bruises, severely infected, throwing up, almost passing out, going to the doctor. What on earth is wrong with me? And there's documented injuries and not knowing what happened to you. And all the signs of being drugged, beaten, raped. Here I've been drugged up and told to say stuff and beaten, raped by strangers I had never even met, nor do I know who did it. And these people are laughing at me. They were human trafficking me out of that house under drugs. That's how sick this is. There's over 20 drugs and high prescription drugs and high dosage cause sleepwalking, and hypnotic drugs make you sleepwalk with no memory, a metal taste in your mouth like I had and I couldn't get rid of, and total amnesia. It's not funny. And them laughing. And they called Agent John a coward, as if he didn't know. He was telling people he knew I was being drugged, being raped before the case started. Minute on recorded line, he had everybody in his office. Knew they were trying to kill me, mocking me, made fun of me for some guy, Pete. I still don't know who he is. And some dirty doctor that's not one of mine works for them, and they had lied. Of course they lied. It's a HIPAA violation. 10 years federal prison. His sworn duty was to arrest them all. Breaking federal laws. It's illegal for attorneys set up on cameras in your home. They are to be disbarred and criminally charged. They are to be listed as sex offender voyeurism. It's a felony invasion of privacy and cyber stalking. Even the FBI would go to jail for being in your home outside a protected case with statements with a court order. There's nothing else. I've already talked to everyone. It's a big scam and a stupid one.